Hi, in our last lesson, we learned about desire and how it's a learned behavior. Now we're going to talk about our emotions. Our emotions are created by what we think. The emotion of desire is created by a thought. So, what are the thoughts we have that create this desire for alcohol? One of the most powerful thoughts that we have, but don't acknowledge we're having, is I want that. It seems like such an innocent little thought, but even just a little thought like that perpetuates feelings of desire, and we don't even notice that we're thinking that thought. Why? Because we've programmed that thought into our brain and repeated it so many times that it's going on beneath our conscious awareness, beyond the supervision of the prefrontal cortex. Now let's talk a little bit more about the human brain versus the animal brain. The prefrontal cortex is the part of your brain that makes you human. It can think about what it's thinking about. It can think about the future in relation to both the past and the present. That's something animals can't do. But we like to use our lower brain, the same brain animals have, because it's efficient. And our brain wants to be efficient. The brain is kind of like a factory. The prefrontal cortex is like research and development. This is where we learn everything new, and this can be intense, hard work. It can be slow and time consuming, and it can involve trial and error, thinking and planning. The lower brain, however, is like manufacturing. Manufacturing is efficient. It doesn't question anything, it doesn't argue, it doesn't think logically. All it does is produce a repeating program that you've programmed it to produce. The repeating program that you've created in your lower brain is I want to drink, feel desire, drink. I want to drink, feel desire, drink. I want to drink, feel desire, drink. And now for the perfect storm created by programmed thoughts and rewards. We have a lot of thoughts that are associated with drinking. First of all, it provides relief. It's relaxing. It's sophisticated. Normal people who are in control can drink. It's fun. It's celebratory. It relieves stress. It turns off my brain. Those are the kind of deeply programmed thoughts that keep us drinking. We've learned these thoughts from all the people around us, from our environment, from the commercials we've watched. We're constantly thinking these thoughts and then drinking, and then thinking, and then drinking. We've created this programmed, repeatable thought process. In addition, you've associated a huge reward with it, a flood of dopamine into your brain, and that's what makes it so intense. You have the thought, you have the desire, you drink, and then you're rewarded. There is no more powerful combination than that. If you look at all the psychological research on learning, you'll learn that rewards increase the speed and the intensity of an activity. That is the perfect storm when it comes to drinking alcohol. It's normal, natural behavior. There's no problem here. Your brain is functioning just the way it's supposed to. Let's take an example. If you're walking down a hallway and your sibling jumps out and scares you, you're going to be terrified. It doesn't make any sense. It's someone you know. They've only jumped out from behind a door. They're laughing hysterically, and you're still filled with fear because your brain is functioning normally. It hasn't evolved to the point where it can anticipate that the person jumping out and scaring you is really not harmful. If they do it enough times, your brain will catch on to it. But in that moment, it is illogically terrified. This doesn't mean there's something wrong with your brain. Your brain is like that because of the way that you've evolved. Now that we're adults, there are a few things that scare us. It was much scarier when we were children. Back then, we needed to be more alert and ready to produce the adrenaline, and now we don't. All the brain processes that have gotten us to this point are the exact same brain processes that we're going to have to overcome to evolve to the next level. All the primitive, lower animal brain stuff is now causing us tremendous problems. Before, being afraid all the time served us well. Now, being afraid all the time, stressed all the time, worried all the time, it's killing us. We need to evolve past those survival mechanisms that got us here. The same is true when it comes to desire. In our next lesson, we'll talk a little bit more about your brain and how it works to help you survive. See you in the next video.